Hello guys, this is Joe from JC Design and welcome to a new tutorial. In today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to make YouTube thumbnails. Now do be aware that the thumbnails on YouTube are only available after a certain amount of time or after a certain amount of videos. Once you've uploaded a certain amount of videos. So if you're just starting out YouTube or you've just made your channel, you won't be able to upload thumbnails until you maybe upload a few videos. So just be aware of that. So today I'm just going to take you through the process of how I make some of my thumbnails. Depending on the series that I'm doing, each thumbnail is different. Like, so say for example, these thumbnails are just kind of random videos, and the more tutorial kind of videos are like this. But saying as this is just like maybe a random video showing you how to do a thumbnail, I'm going to show you how to make this type of thumbnail. So what you want to do is you want to jump over into Photoshop, bing, which it isn't doing. There we go, we're in Photoshop now. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to try and recreate this. Now I do have a template for this, so every time I change this thumbnail, all I basically have to do is change the font, the text, and the image behind. But seeing as I'm showing you how to do this, I'm going to build it from scratch, but I'm going to use this original thumbnail as kind of a little template so I can get everything in the right place, because if you make your thumbnail you kind of want it to be the same. So for example, this one here is exactly the same as that one, so you want to have the same angles and stuff like that, so it just looks right on your YouTube channel. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create this little box here and put our text in there. So I've already created a box, so I'll just delete that and then I'll show you how to create a box. So if you want to create a box, what you need to do is you need to go down to this shape tool here, the rectangle tool, and then basically it's as simple as just drawing in a box, and then coloring and stuff like that. So if you're using Photoshop CC, you'll have all these kind of menus and kind of options. I'm not really going to go into that in this video because it's just a quick video. So once you draw your box, it'll either come up with a default kind of a white background and a black stroke. So just turn off the stroke by doing that, and then go in and we're going to make it a black box. So we'll just click that and we'll get rid of that panel because we don't really need it anymore. Now we're going to put some text in our box. Now there are a few ways of doing this, but I'll just show you my way. So what you want to do is you just want to click anywhere on the screen, and then it'll bring up the text box. So what are we doing? Creating thumbnails for YouTube. I think I've spelled YouTube wrong. And then you want to change the color of your text. Now I will advise you changing the color on the layer rather than changing it down here, just because you have a little bit more freedom, and I don't know, I just find it easier doing it this way by the effects palette rather than actually just changing the color. So I'm going to change that to white. Click OK, and then we'll take this down to a box, and obviously it's far too big, so we need to make it a little bit smaller. So we'll just knock that back a bit, which is quite small really, so we might have to put it on a two-liner, which probably we will have to do. Okay, so once you've got your text sort of in the same place, you want to change the box to kind of, accommodate the text. But usually for my thumbnails, I like to do in caps. So there's a quick way to change the lettering into caps rather than having to retype it. So if you go up to this little panel here, which is the type box, and you see these two T's here, if you click those, it'll turn it to uppercase. And it's just as easy and as simple as that. Depending on the font that you want, generally people use Helvetica and various different fonts like that. Just kind of see what works. But for my thumbnails, I usually use this font here, and I usually use kind of a regular. I just think it's quite a nice spindly font, and it's not too intrusive on the eye. So once we've got that, now we need to change our little box to accommodate the text. Now I'm thinking this is going to be slightly big, so I might have to knock the text back slightly. So we'll just change that to 6.5, and we'll pull the box back here like so. Perfect. Now we've got a text in our little box, and now what we want to do is we want to create these two kind of side images here. So we will go back into our rectangle tool and just create a little rectangle. Now I want that to be white, so we just take off the stroke, and there we go. Now we want it to go kind of on this angle, so if you hit Control and T, you'll get up the transform kind of parameters, and all you want to do is you want to rotate it and get it kind of roughly in the same location using the arrow keys to move it. Pull that down. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's just a tiny thumbnail, so all of this is going to really get lost in translation, because it's going to go so small. And now what you want to do is you want to send that to the back by hitting Control Shift and the bracket keys, and that'll send it to the back layer. So now it's behind my little template, so I'll take that off. You can't see it because the background's white, obviously. I've just noticed that I've spelled tube wrong. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to, hang on, let me just change the color of this. It's actually better to work on a color you can see rather than a color that you can't see. So I'm just going to change that stroke to like a red, so I can see what I'm doing. Now what you want to do is you want to make two masked kind of images, so we can get the zoomed out and the zoomed in image. So I need an image, really. So what I was thinking is, maybe why don't I just minimize that, and then using my brain using my I can't get it. What's happened? Oh no. Right. Okay, using this tool here, which is only on PC. If you're using a Mac, you can hit Command. I think it's F4. I can't remember off the top of my head, and that will take in a picture of the screen. So what we're going to do is, but I don't really want a picture of that screen. So hang on. I can't get into that program, so hang on, change the plan. So I'll just minimize that for a second, and what I want to do is I want to take an entire picture of Photoshop. So on on a Mac, you would hit Command F4, F5. I'm not sure, guys, because I'm using a PC at the minute. But on a PC, you can hit Control Alt and I think it's pause, break, or print screen. So I'm going to hit both of those and see what happens. And now I'm going to hit Control and N and OK, and then Control and V, and there we go. It worked. So now I've got an image of Photoshop, which I'm using. Now I'll just jump back to my thumbnail, and why I did that is because I basically want to use Photoshop, the image of Photoshop in one of these in the thumbnail. I'm gonna have to speed this up because I've only got 15 minutes to record. It's gonna be the longest, boringest video ever. So anyway, we'll just quickly go and do this. So what I've done is I've copied and pasted this image into the small thumbnail that I created. Now you want to send that to the back. There is another way to do that by just dragging the layer and putting it behind this little line. So I've put it there. I know where it is. You know, it's behind there. So what I want to do is I want to mask this off. So there's a few different ways to do it. You can either do it with the polygon lasso tool, which I'm probably going to use, or you can use the pen tool. So for quickness, I'm just going to use the polygon lasso tool. So we draw this up here, didn't, and didn't. Okay, so now I've made kind of a magic wand select around it. So now what I want to do is I want to mask that in. So once you've got that drawn around your image, you want to click this little symbol here, which is the mask. So we click that, and then that masks in. Now I want to put another image in here. So I've got an image already selected for this. So it's Photoshop logo. We'll open that up, and it's basically the same process that we just did before. So we'll grab that, pull that onto our thumbnail, and resize that. Control T. Make that a little bit smaller. And try and get in so it kind of sits nice and cozy like. That looks a bit weird. I can fix the placement of it later. So we want to do the polygon. No, I'll do the pen tool this time. So if you hit P and then select your pen tool and then just draw around it like you would, you know, like you would in Illustrator, like you are creating a shape. So now we've got the pen tool, and now you want to hit P again and then hit the right mouse button, and you'll get this little kind of selection up. Now you want to click Make Selection, click OK, and you get exactly the same thing, selection. So then you want to go down to your mask symbol, click Mask, and then it masks it off. Let me just change the sizing of this because I'm not happy with it. We'll change the color of this. So double click on the layer, go into color overlay, change it to white. And that is basically it, guys. So yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button. I will be uploading new videos, 3 new videos a week, showing you how to do various different things in Photoshop. So thanks for watching.